Hey, and good morning, everyone. This is meteorologist Craig Majeski here on the Weather Nerds YouTube page. Glad you could join me for this live broadcast. Of course, I'm a novice. I'm new to the YouTube experience, so I wanted to do a live broadcast, a live update on this first major snowstorm of the season that's hitting parts of the United States. And I'm going to tell you a little bit what's going on currently. Going to show you some live pictures of some things going on. Right now, I got the satellite imagery up right now where you can kind of see where this storm is currently pounding parts of Montana. That's where the snows are really getting going. You can see the thick clouds sitting right up in here as we've got a pretty good stream of moisture that's flowing into the state. And it is plenty cold, to say the least, at the surface, and I can show you that on the radar here as well, which shows the temperatures. And look how cold it is on the other side of the front. You got the Arctic air mass that's worked its way down across that area, and really bringing in the cold temperatures here. So, I mean, look, you got 20s and teens and all up in here. You got this moisture that's kind of riding out of the Pacific around an area of low pressure, and it's just forcing itself over that colder air. And one thing about cold air cannot hold as much moisture as warmer air, so it's going to try to dump it as quickly as possible. So that's what you're seeing right now across Montana, and general some rains down here to the south of the front. We obviously the temperatures are in the 40s down here, and it is warmer. So getting some pretty good snows are going, and it's just getting started, folks. It's going to be going on not only for today, it's going to continue into tomorrow before it clears on out. Then there's another snow event. It doesn't look quite as impressive coming in for the weekend right now. I can show you the model data here on this, and we're going to transition this over here. This is the North American latest model, the NAM model here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually step you through this a little bit. So let me go ahead and switch this back off from loop mode here. And I'm going to step this back so you kind of see what's going on. So I'm going to take this back here to, back this up here a little bit. So I'm going to back this up to about what's going on right about now. So right about right there. So what you're seeing right now is you got this area of low pressure that's coming up. So I'm going to go in here to, I can do my little illustrations on here a little bit. So you got low pressure sitting right here along the coast, coming on in here. You see this fetch of moisture coming in off the Pacific and just kind of driving that over that cold dome that's sitting in place right up in here. So that's what's breaking out the snow. So you got some pretty good energy coming in there and dumping some pretty good snows that's going to continue for a while. So it's going to kind of be training over the same area and kind of bring things to a head there. So I'm going to go ahead and step you through this a little bit as we go through time here. So as I step on through, you can kind of see this thing spinning on around. You see the moisture there. You're still getting that lift across Montana. So you're still getting some pretty good snows there across the most of the state. I mean, really, it's really all, even down here getting to Wyoming now, down toward Yellowstone, and it's actually snowing in Yellowstone. I'll show you some of that in here in just a second. But as this steps on through, you see the snows just kind of continue to increase across Wyoming and a lot of Montana, and going right into the Dakotas, and this is going into Thursday night and into Friday morning. You see it going on, and it doesn't clear out of there until we get into early morning Friday. See, about 10 o'clock it finally clears up, just some little flurries left over. And then we'll watch for another little impulse come down. You see down here to the south, that's also going to bring in some additional snows for another little round of snow down here, but not quite as impressive what we're getting with the current system that's moving through there right now. So definitely going to be a snowy night in Montana. And I know they've got plenty of watches and warnings up. I can show you those right now. And in fact, let me go ahead and get this up real quick for you, real quick, as I had to reset my computer as I was trying to get my telestrator up, and sometimes it gets a little buggy, but it's working now, which is good. Always a good thing to do there. So let me go ahead and get this up for you real quick and hit OK. This is called live, and having been a live meteorologist for a long time, yeah, I know it is definitely a oops, oh, I messed up my password. That's what happened there. Well, we'll just put it in one more time. This is what happens when you go live. Put that in there real quick. There we go. And we're going up here. There she blows. And there you can see that. There you go. My apologies on that. So the areas there in pink, those are your winter storm warnings. The advisories in the purple. It's a good part of Montana, parts of Idaho, and the northwest portions of Wyoming. getting battered with this system currently with those current watches and warnings. So that really the heaviest snow is going to be right through here is where I'm kind of tracking with the latest model data. I just looked at the European model data, the overnight one, and I can show you that as far as where that heavy snow is going to fall. So I'm going to go ahead and step you through this one as well, and I'll show you exactly where that's going to fall here. So I'm going to step you through here, and you can see it just increasing, and that those areas there in reds, we're talking over a foot of snow. That's going to track out of the central portions of Montana and going into the Dakota. So my apologies, a little bit further north when my brain was there for a second. So going up into the north and then going into Canada. So those are some pretty healthy snows that you're seeing there on the model. They're kicking out of Montana, going right through here and going into Nebraska. So it's going to be quite snow, and it's probably going to be a pretty hefty snow. Again, pretty good moisture and that colder temperature sitting there in the teens. It just cannot hold that kind of moisture as that goes on out. Now, as we go through time, there will be another system down to the south, and this one, you'll see the snows there breaking out there. Let me step back through this again, and you see it down to the south, down toward Nebraska and into southern portions of Minnesota. That's not quite as impressive. It's actually backed off a little bit from yesterday's run as far as the snow totals there. So that is down to the south. And oops, sorry about that. One thing I definitely need to get for this to do these type of things is have an extra monitor. I'm only using one. So like I said, new to the YouTube thing, and we're just kind of learning how to go through this. So anyway, so that's what we're tracking right now for that second system. Is not going to be quite as impressive. These areas down here to the south are just not going to be as impressive as the ones to the north. That's for sure. All right, let's go. I like to show live video. Let's do some live video here. This is at Yellowstone National Park. You kind of see this where Old Faithful's at, the geyser and stuff. Pretty nice snow is starting to fall there. There was a couple of cameras also I saw, but they were completely white out. Couldn't see anything. Couldn't tell you what I was looking at. I don't know if it was frosted on the camera or not, but you can see the snows that are kind of falling there. And oh, here's a pretty shot here. It's starting to pick up here along the Montana White River. Here's another one here for you there in Montana. Some pretty white snowflakes starting to fall down there. Oh, let me fix my camera there for a second. Let me zap this back over here to that real quick, and I'm going to fix that camera view there for a second. Bear with me for a minute. And I forgot to crop it. And there we go. So you can see the snows that are falling there. So anyway, this is the first major snow event of the season. Now, eventually that colder air is going to migrate across a lot of the country. I showed this yesterday with the update showing the climate outlook, showing the big dump of cold air that's going to be coming down across the majority of the country going into next week. But we got to get past these snowstorms that are coming in currently and causing the snows that you're currently seeing up toward the north. As you can see here, again, pretty decent snows that are picking up there. And I tell you, when I see temperatures that are that chilly, and you can really, it really squeezes the moisture like a sponge. I mean, just kind of really empties it out. So it really kind of identifies why those central areas you're seeing on the European model, showing where the heavier stream of moisture is. You've got an upper level, you've got a low pressure system there. You got a little upper level disturbance riding around that low pressure system that's going to kind of enhance that snow fall in there, and really make a pretty decent dump of some snow there for to get started. The first, I'm sure, of many, because I really think this season is going to be kind of an active weather season. Not partially because we're into El Nino, and we're going to see, I think, an active weather season. I also think there's potential for an active severe weather season into the fall months, going into November. So as we go into November and we get these kind of events, I hope to do some additional live broadcasts that you can come back here. I try not to get too techno-geeko on this. I know there's a lot of those sites out there that get a little over the top on the techno-geeko stuff, and I will do that. So I'm definitely a weather nerd, and I can get techno-geeko just with the best of them. But I know a lot of folks, when they turn on this, they're going, huh? So I'll try to keep it as layman terms as best I can and try to explain to you what's going on with this system. So first snowstorm of the season coming in. That's our show right now. We've got plenty of moisture coming on in here. It's going to be setting up for some very picturesque pictures. I got a buddy of mine who works at a TV station up in Montana, and I'm sure he's going to be posting. I'll probably try to share some of his stuff some of the pictures and stuff from his Facebook following on here. I might grab some snapshots. I'm sure he'll have some pictures that he'll be posting later when I get permission from him to do so. But just looking at those totals again, I mean, 15 inches they're showing up there. You know, a foot and a half of snow going through Montana and going through into the Dakotas. That's a healthy dumping, to say the least. And I think we'll see other events like this as we go forward. Now, the good news is once this storm system goes by and the cold air comes in, I think we'll get a little bit of a respite for this. There is a little bit of a thunderstorm threat with this. Let me go back to that other model here. I'm going to shift gears here on you a little bit while I'm chatting. And I'm going to switch this back to a wide United States view here. And I'm going to switch this over to the European model here. Let me step this back here a little bit. So anyway, so there are going to be some thunderstorms with this as well. Let me transition over to the national map. This is the European model here. And you can see these storms out here in the plains here. Just right now it looks like a general thunderstorm threat, but it's something I'll be watching. You can clearly see here as I go into my interactive mode here, and I can kind of illustrate some things for you here. All right, so you've got this big area of high pressure that's been acting like a big stop sign here in the southeast. I'm located in the southeast and been keeping it kind of warm here, but you can see the frontal system back in here, and there's going to be thunderstorms in here. I don't believe it's going to be severe. This is all the snow that's kind of falling back behind this system, and as I go through time here, as I step through here, you can see the high. It breaks it down slowly. It's a real bummer to get out. It waits for this next push. It kind of gets hung up. So what we're going to see is that front is going to, the additional front's going to try to move in here, and it's not going to make it. That high pressure is just going to sit right there and just not cause, it's just not going to budge for a minute until this next system back here kicks off and it pulls in, and then eventually the cold air will wrap around this, and that's going to be heading into next week. So it's going to be probably more toward, I think, Halloween. This only goes out to the 29th, so that'll be the time that we'll see the cold air kind of going across the eastern third of the United States. So for those of you who are in the east, you're getting the warm weather right now. Don't worry, the cold air is on its way. It's going to fall in behind the storm system, behind two systems. This is the first one. It's going to weaken that high down enough, and then the second one's going to beat it down enough to kind of allow that cold air kind of spread across most of the country. Again, this is new to this page. I'm probably going to go ahead and put this into the video side as well. It's on live, and you know, I'm still learning. Like my chat is here telling me it's disabled for live stream, so I'm not getting questions I can't answer them right now. So I will continue to learn, and you know, we'll get better as we go along doing this. So if you like what you see, if you like what I can give you here, you got a lot of choices out there. You got your local weather guy, you got your YouTuber somewhere else, you got other people you can talk to. If you just want to add me to the list, please subscribe, hit the notification button. I produce some feature stuff too, so you can kind of little things that kind of help you out with your day-to-day life with weather impacts to with your vehicle, your house, and stuff like that. I'm going to be adding stories as well to kind of help you out. So anyway, that's it for now. Again, first major winter storm of the season is hitting parts of the U.S. It's going to be the setting the pre-table before the colder air comes in across most of the country as we head into early next week. And really by Halloween, everybody's going to be dropping off across the eastern third of the United States, and it'll be kind of turning kind of colder for the kids, to say the least, as we head toward next week, as outlined here by the Climate Center. If you're just joining us, here's again that big cool down expected October 30th through November 3rd. All right, that's it for now for the live update. I might do another one of these, again, another live tester as we head toward this evening, and do another update and see how the storm is evolving. You can check back with us then. Till then, you guys take it easy, and we'll see you on the next live broadcast. Till then, talk to you later. Bye.